So CinemaCon is going on this week, and they have been showing exclusive clips from horror movies that will be releasing in 2025. Today, we're going to be talking about Black Phone 2, the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot, M3GAN 2.0, and Jordan Peele's new horror movie called Him. Before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So starting off with Jordan Peele's horror movie called Him, this movie definitely has my attention. It definitely seems like something different. I never thought that we would be getting a sports horror movie. That's a weird formula, but we heard about this. We saw a crazy poster with like a football and it has like blood on it, and it looks a little crazy. Now, this movie is set to be released this year in September, but we hear about this crazy exclusive clip that's including Marlon Wayans, and let's talk about the details. So we find out the teaser opens on a young football player played by Tyreek Withers going through an intense training montage, pushing himself to his limits. Withers' character then becomes mentored by a legendary retired quarterback played by Marlon Wayans, whose intense speech echoes throughout the entirety of the footage. The teaser quickly dips into a surreal as Jordan Peele's producer credits appear, switching the film's color scheme into X-ray vision as Withers' character collides headfirst into another player. Wayans questions if his apprentice wants it enough, as we are shown Withers being followed by a demonic rammed mascot. There's a reoccurring shot of Wayans yelling at Withers face to face into his helmet. There's flashes of injections, cultists, and it ends on a shot of Withers on a dark field, the football field covered in mysterious occult symbols. So just like I thought, I think it's going to be something about sacrifice, you know, being able to be just like top dog in the sport. What are you willing to do to be top dog in the sport? And we're saying that he's going to be retraining with a retired quarterback played by Marlon Wayans. It's going to be a very interesting way of seeing Marlon Wayans in this type of role, being that he's a comedian, he's in Scary Movie. So I can't wait to see what happens. I love what I'm hearing about the X-ray transition to the football player basically doing a head-on collision with another player, showing why he has to go into rehab and get back together. That scene sounds eerie with the demonic mascot and the cult like symbols on a football field. Yeah, it definitely sounds like sacrifice. We even hear about cultists being involved in this clip that we see. Overall, we know Jordan Peele's work. It has layers to it. I think this can get real deep and dark, and it could definitely be one of his best films. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Peele's films, and I love how detailed he makes his films and how much he brings it to life and just kind of brings us into his world and his thoughts and how he pictures things. So overall, I can't wait to see how they intertwine sports and horror. I am very much excited. This is definitely on my list, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in Jordan Peele's new horror movie, Him. Next, we're about to be talking about the clip we seen with M3GAN 2.0. So with this trailer we see with M3GAN 2.0, we actually find out that the trailer opens on a M3GAN AI consciousness being put into a harmless doll by Allison Williams' character Gemma. It is revealed that the initial code for M3GAN has been stolen and been made into Amelia, who is on a murder spree to kill all who are involved in the development of M3GAN. Gemma is forced to team up with her attacker and give M3GAN an upgrade in order to stop the threat of Amelia on her family and friends. The trailer tones is way much wackier than the original film, taking itself less seriously and just having fun with the concept of two diva murder bots pitted against each other. M3GAN returns faster, stronger, taller, and even shown to have her own in-universe mega stance. As the trailer hilariously states, it's this bitch versus that bitch. The most extreme shot of the movie is M3GAN's squirrel suit diving down a cannon. So with this right here, I feel like, yeah, it kind of sounds a little cheesier than the first one. I really wish that they would have kept M3GAN like in that horror aspect of things. We already kind of know the plot. Basically her going up against this new doll being Amelia. From my knowledge, we're hearing that M3GAN's not even going to be in the movie till like the middle or end. She's going to be mostly in the Alexa from the first one, but we're hearing that we're not even going to see too much of Megan to the end, and then we're going to just see her battle this new doll Amelia, and basically Gemma is forced to bring Megan back to life to take out this new doll being Amelia. Overall, we're hearing crazy things, being that Megan's going to be just squirrel suit diving out of the air. And from my knowledge, I want to say this is just rumors, but I also heard as she's squirrel diving, she says, "Hold on to your vajayjays," as Britney Spears' song "Oops, I Did It Again" is playing. That sounds so crazy. I cannot wait to see how this trailer plays out, because I'm pretty sure it's going to give us the feel, but they're saying that this is going to be wackier than the first one. It seems more of like a action comedy over a horror movie. Overall, I can't wait to see what happens with Megan. I hope they don't destroy this crazy IP of a film that Blumhouse has brought to us. I hope that they keep it, you know, real grounded. But from what we're hearing, it's not the same Megan that we're used to, and they're bringing another doll involved, so I can't wait to see what's happening. From the plot details I heard, it sounded very much Terminator 2 Judgment Day-ish. So next, we hear about some footage shown from Black Phone 2, and the details show the exclusive reel starts with the bleak vibe with the slow version of Alice in Chains' The Rooster playing. A child is being chased through the snow in what looks like grainy lo-fi footage. As the child's terrified face flashes on the green screen, it lingers even through the next image. Finney appears to be living a sullen life as his sister Gwen is having strange visions. The repeated images of an out-of-order black phone and Gwen at a summer camp build to reveal as the black phone rings. The grabber, played by Ethan Hawke, is hanging around in the afterlife, out to make their life a living hell. The rest of the footage is pure nightmare fuel. There's a striking image of the grabber ice skating towards the camera in slow motion. It appears that the grabber has a special connection with Gwen, managing to somehow get a hold of her from spinning her around in rapid succession, as Finney appears to see that image in the booth. Without a doubt, it looks even more terrifying than the first movie, given its stronger supernatural elements. So we finally found out, you all, that yes, they're not doing a prequel. It seems to be that they're making the grabber like this Freddy Krueger-like character. We hear about him having a connection to Gwen and actually toying with her and kind of just, you know, being evil from the afterlife. So it seems to be that he's actually going to still be alive and very much be supernatural. This scene actually sounds very eerie about him ice skating towards the screen very slowly. I can picture that, and that definitely seems very eerie. I'm not gonna lie, I think I do love the route that they took with him, being that he's supernatural, being that you can continue a franchise with him. I think this character is definitely eerie, but I just think it has to make sense and be explained very detailedly and just makes sense when it comes to the story. I'm so happy that we got Gwen and Finney back on screen up against the grabber. But yeah, we also hear about a new child that is being chased through the snow, and he said it looks like it's some grainy footage, and the child's terrified face flashes on the screen. I cannot wait to see, are they going to level up the grabber? Is he going to be creepier now that he's supernatural? And like I said, it definitely feels like a transition to a different level, being like he's like a Freddy Krueger type character now, and they're saying that he has like this connection to Finney's sister Gwen, which I think that can definitely play a big part in the film, because she had a lot of, you know, visions in the first one that actually helped her save her brother Finney. So I can't wait to see how this plays out. Is there going to be some build up with her having to, you know, tell her brother like, hey, he's actually still alive, I'm having visions about him, he's still out there, he's trying to warn me. And I can't wait to see if it's going to still have like that 1978 type of film grain and footage. So overall, I can't wait to see this footage if they show it to us, and this is one of my most anticipated horror movies of 2025. So at CinemaCon, they show some footage from the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot, and these are the details we hear. It opens with Klein and her hot brunette hunk in a posh home. She goes to take a bath, but is that rose tint in the water? No, it's blood. She puts on headphones listening to a peaceful meditation. Meantime, the hunk gets stabbed with a metal arrow that pulls him, hooking in blood and the realization that it's not the first time that there's been violence in Southport, and wonders, exclaiming, something is coming after us. There's a shot of Hewitt who exclaims, "I have one question for you. Do you know what you did last summer?" Also found out some plot details, being that when 5 friends cause a deadly car accident, they cover up their involvement and make a pact to keep it a secret rather than face the consequences a year later. Their past comes back to haunt them, and they're forced to confront a horrifying truth. Someone knows what they did last summer and is hell-bent on revenge. As one of the friends are stalked by a killer, they discover this happened before, and they turn to 2 survivors, being Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Why they didn't go to the authorities and the cops, or just to get help and just go to people that have been through this before, I don't know. It don't make sense to me. It kind of seems backwards, but that's just my opinion. But what we heard earlier with everything, with the footage we saw, it seems like it's going to be like a home invasion type of thing, and something happens with the main stars in the film, being that the slasher is going to be taking someone out. So after that situation happens and they figure out that something's coming after them and something's wrong where everything is happening, they reach out to these 2 survivors, and Jennifer Love Hewitt says, "Do you know what you did last summer?" So far, like I said, I'm not sold on this. I know a lot of people are comparing this to the new Scream films and saying that it feels solid, and you know, everything that they're saying is saying it looks better than the new Scream films. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too sold on this. It definitely feels a little flat, and it feels like a movie that is pointless, that we don't need to be getting. Like, it's like they're telling the same story over, like beat for beat. It's just with a new group of characters. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, okay, we know how the first one played out with Jennifer Love Hewitt and the group and everything. So are you telling me it's gonna play out the same way with this group? I don't know. I mean, like I said, we shall see. But right now, it kind of feels a little lopsided to me. And we also got the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 teaser trailer. We got a lot of flashes of things. We seen a different version of Freddy Fazbear. We seen basically that Mike's sister, Abby, is going to fix her friends. And we see like a carnival pop up. And we even see a shot of McKenna Grace at the end, which I didn't know she was going to be in this. And we also know that Matthew Lillard's returning to this. It's a lot going on with Five Nights at Freddy's, so I cannot wait. This movie is set to release in December, and I love that carnival scene. I love that shot of Freddy Fazbear. And we also even see that they leave out of the pizzeria finally, and they're in a school where it seems like a teacher or somebody gets took out by Chica. So like I said, I cannot wait to see this release in December. And yeah, man, it seems like CinemaCon had a lot of great footage to show us. But yeah, comment down below, how do you all feel about this footage? I think the footage that got me most excited was actually the Black Phone 2 footage. I think that right there actually has me so pumped. We already talked about what they revealed with the Final Destination Bloodlines footage, which is crazy. Revealing deaths is actually wild. I'm not gonna lie, at CinemaCon, they should have showed a different, you know, piece of footage, maybe the premonition footage. The fact that they showed a main character's, you know, death or whatever is crazy as hell. I would have saved that, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, you all comment down below what you all think about this footage that we've seen with all these movies, and which one are you excited for most. Unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want y'all to hit me up on all my social medias at ILIKESCARY, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.